Hello everyone. I want to explain something that can be surprisingly difficult to understand if you are not Korean. Korean apartment culture. If you end up living in Korea, you may come across notices like this in the apartment lobby or inside the lift. If you saw this notice, what would you think? 로비 본 세대 개별 비밀번호 등록 방법. Method, register, individual, unit password for lobby phone. So, what on earth is lobby phone? And what does password even mean? Password for what? Is this a bank? So, today I'm going to explain the structure and system of Korean apartments from beginning to end so that you can understand this kind of notice perfectly. First of all, you need to understand the basic structure of a Korean apartment complex. In Korea, when people say apartment, they are not talking about just one building. Take a look at this map. You can see buildings numbered 201, 202, 203, and so on. Each of these is an apartment building, and the entire area containing all of these buildings is called an apartment complex. It is similar to what you might call a residential complex in English. And it is not just buildings. As you can see, there is a security office, children's playground, residential fitness facilities, management office, and even nursery school. In other words, the whole complex functions almost like a small neighborhood of its own. In this photo, you can see a road with cars driving along it. From a foreigner's point of view, it might just look like an ordinary street, but this is actually still inside the apartment complex. Korean apartment complexes often have their own internal roads and their own car parks. This is car park. This photo was taken near the entrance to the complex. Can you see the sign? 10 kilometers per hour speed limit sign. Cars need to move slowly inside the complex because children may be running about. There are also walking paths like this inside the complex. We can see a small pond and even a bridge. Korean apartment complexes are designed so that living spaces, convenient facilities, and natural surroundings all exist together in one place. So they are quite different from an image many foreigners have of a single apartment building. Now let's move on to the key point. Earlier I said that each dong or block is a separate building. This is the entrance to one of those blocks. You can see number 212 on it, and next to it there are numbers like 6 and 7. This indicates which flat lines can be accessed through this entrance. Steps, glass door. Here's the important point. This door is not your own front door. It is a communal entrance. It is a shared entrance used by everyone living in the block. And because of that, it is locked so that just anyone cannot walk in. So how do you open this door? This is where the lobby phone comes in. This is the lobby phone. It is the device installed next to the communal entrance. You can see the screen and there is a numeric keypad. On the right there are buttons from 1 to 9 plus 0. There are arrow buttons. The lobby phone has three main functions. First, it lets residents enter a passcode to open the door. This is a method used by people who live in the block. Second, it has a household call function. When a visitor arrives, they can enter a flat number, and the system connects them to the intercom inside the home. Then the person inside can press the button to unlock the communal entrance downstairs. Third, it is also used for settings such as registering or changing the passcode. So, let's pause for a moment and sum this up. To get home in Korea apartment building, residents usually go through this process. First, they enter the apartment complex. Let's say I live here. Then they walk to the block where they live. At the communal entrance, they type in a passcode on the lobby phone. Once the door opens, they go inside and take the lift up to their floor, and finally at their own front door, they enter another passcode to get into their flat. In many cases, we have to enter 2 passcodes before actually get home. Most Koreans are completely used to this way of living. These days, front doors almost always have digital door locks as well. Now that we understand the structure of apartment complex, what the communal entrance is, and what the lobby phone is, let's go back to the notice we looked at earlier. Let's read it again. Method to register individual unit password for lobby phone. Yes, so what it means is that the old lobby phone had broken down and it has now been replaced with a new device. Shall we try the process? We need to press bell button, and key button. Then screen will show some settings. 1 password setting, 2 blah blah setting, 3 blah blah blah. Then we select 1 password. Then 1 again register. At this point, the screen appears asking you to enter your flat number, unit number. We enter the flat number and press enter. Then type the initial password, which is 1470. This is the default password that was assigned to every household when the new machine was installed. After that, you enter your own new 4-digit passcode twice in a row, and the registration is complete. So do you understand the notice perfectly now? Then what exactly is an RF card? An RF card stands for radio frequency card. Radio frequency card. Simply put, it is a card that works by tapping it against the reader, much like a travel card. Typing in a passcode every single time can be a nuisance. We can imagine coming home with both hands full of shopping and having to key in a code as well. So many residents register an RF card and use that instead. There is usually card reader near the bottom of the lobby phone. If you tap a registered card there, then the door opens in exactly the same way as if you had entered the passcode. These days, some apartment buildings are also beginning to let residents open the door with a dedicated mobile app linked to NFC. So, let's quickly sum up today's lessons. Korean apartment housing is usually organized as a large complex made up of multiple blocks, and inside the complex you will often find roads, car parks, parks, and various amenities. To enter each apartment block, you first have to go through communal entrance, and to open the entrance you either type a passcode into the lobby phone or tap an RF card. After that, you still have to enter another passcode at your own front door. I hope today's video was helpful. And if there is anything else you are curious about when it comes to life in Korea, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching.